So what makes you done with it this time over any other time?
I think when people get omega unhinged about my personal life, it's a little bit annoying. Like, I don't think there's much deeper to go than like kid stuff and wife stuff.
How openly he was preaching to everybody about living his truth and being this and this and that. The fact that he had a girlfriend that he was hiding because he knew it was bad for his image tells me that he knows he's a fraud deep down inside. How did you feel about Jordan Peterson, a lot of these conservative people seeing that Tate video go viral and then disavowing the pimp himself, calling him one of the lowest forms of a human being?
Why Fuentes?
I mean, Fuentes is attractive. It gives him the anti-establishment view that he wants. It's an explanation for why he got banned off all the platforms. Like, I think that anti-establishment narrative is just really attractive to a lot of people. Juice this tweet. Big stream tonight, last one before Columbia. Leftists attacking me for choosing to follow God instead of degeneracy. This will be the focal point of their criticism for the next 3 months. Once you become religious as a public figure, everyone looks for mistakes. This is actually good for self-improvement. Do you think that, like, do you think he actually, he probably doesn't believe it, right? He's just like typing whatever bullshit he thinks is Discord. Didn't Xena leak he was doing a bunch of drugs? Yeah, Xena leaked that he does a bunch of drugs. He had 3 different threesomes in the past few months. He's random girls. Yeah. I mean, but I guess it's the leftists attacking him, huh? And he got vaccinated, yeah. Apparently he was traveling with the Maria girl too, and Xena was trying to like cover it all up after Xena told us, or after Sneako told his audience that he hadn't seen her since the threesome or whatever. I swear cocaine destroys people's brains harder than any drug. Well, the drug that's destroying his brain more than anything else right now is like validation. That's what he wants from everybody. Did you know all this? Yeah, I know a ton of things. The reality is that, like, as much as I say like I could leak a ton of shit, it's hard for me to do it because it involves like leaking everybody else's business. I also told Xena too that like I don't want to like her splitting from Sneako. It's tempting to like go to her and just start mining her for information and start like shitting at the public. But like I don't want, Xena just got used by Sneako for what, a year? I don't want to like use her next, right? Like, okay, well now that Sneako's not using you, come over here and let me like spill all this shit. Like, it feels kind of shitty. I don't want to be that person.
I always like joining the live streams when there's a good bridge burning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like to celebrate around the bonfire, you know? Something to keep me warm during the cold winters.
Well, I don't know how many more cold winters this planet has left, but I'll help you as much as I can, okay?
I mean, there's always new people joining the orbit, and then I just get watch you nuke the bridge because all these unhinged people come around you. It's just quite enjoyable to watch from the background.
I'm all about the unhinged in my life.
It's good. It seems like you're done with this bridge officially. You got blocked and everything.
Did I? Oh, no. That was somebody else got blocked. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm done with this one. What have you been up to?
Just been enjoying summer. Just going outside, doing things, you know. Enjoying this new time post-COVID. This is my first summer post-COVID that I've actually been able to go out, so I've been taking advantage.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's boring and wholesome. So that's all there's really going on. That's good. So how are you feeling about the whole thing? Or are you just kind of over it? You really don't care?
I've been over Sneako since the last time he acted stupid.
His wife has been messaging me.
Has she actually?
Yeah, I mean,
I told you it was real because I showed I showed Gideon and I was like, is the screenshot real?
I mean, I know them, and I had like you know, this is a touchy subject because actually I like the guy. I'm not gonna lie. I just
it's not a touchy subject at all. She's not gonna f you, bro. Like, what the fuck?
That little lesbian who was disrespecting prophet, like his girlfriend's kissing other men. It's like there's no.
Am I the little lesbian? Is that who is he referring to me here, or is he referring to someone else?
Post a video of his girlfriend a wife kissing another man in front of him or something like that.
She's been messaging me actually.
But where's the respect there? Where's the leadership there? I mean, how's their honor? Why he doesn't care? Because he's chasing money.
No, I showed him. I told him like your wife's like messaging me.
His wife sent me DMs like.
No, he was cool with it. Like he said, no, so that's fine. But a lot of these people, the one you just mentioned, that.
Why would he? Oh, come on, Sneako. Melina wants to. Something Melina's wanted to do for a long time is prepared content. She wants to like have like because she used to do skits, I guess, like in high school on her shit. And she wants to prepare content. And we watched Sneako's videos because I like Sneako's videos. They're really good and they're really well edited. And she was talking to me and she's like, I wonder if Sneako would help me like do like editing and shit. I was like, I don't know, DM him and ask. And she literally DMs. She's like, hey, what did you use to edit in the past? Do you want to do like a thing? And I said like, you guys should stream together. It'd be fucking funny because it would be because Melina's funny and Sneako's funny. Why would you try to phrase this as like, oh yeah, she's in my DMs? Come on, really?
to go fence sit and talk about both sides, not only will they avoid any conflict, but even online at this point, if you bring somebody in that can challenge them to a debate and that goes against everything, who's going to expose them for their beliefs, they leave the call. They can't.
You are in the ultimate hug box. That if you insult like Islam, these people will tell you they want to kill you. It is the ultimate snowflake. Muslims are the ultimate snowflake online, and you're gonna sit here and pretend to be like upset about blue-haired losers online, getting mad and running from debates. Oh my God! Neither of these motherfuckers have ever opened a Quran in their life, and they're sitting here sipping for a religion that will murder people if you disagree with them.
Even be in an interaction where someone disagrees with them. Now they're like, this is people like Nick Fuentes or Zerka, people who are able to debate and talk to them, they'll just run away because they don't want to see that confrontation. And for advice for anybody watching this, and you've heard me say this before, now is not the time to watch any more nonsense reaction channels. Yeah. It's getting more difficult than ever.
Okay, back to this, sorry. He's trying to make Destiny's wife look shady. Yeah, I know. Like him messaging me like, hey, this is what Melina's saying. Like, yeah, no shit. I was there when she wrote you the message. Well, I'm pretty sure Melina posted the DMs. And Sneako before... He asked me if it was okay to tweet this, which I respect. I admire that. But it was like, it's as a joke. This is what I say. What I mean, like, I feel like nobody can joke or meme anymore because everybody turns it so serious. It was a funny tweet. But he went back and he deleted his reactions to her before he tweeted it out. And I'm like, bro, but now you're gonna use this later on as like a, oh yeah, like his wife. Come on, seriously?
But I think I said last time, I said he's probably gonna do it again. It's probably gonna be in the presence of people that he's trying to like win respect from, and that's basically what's happening. It's him and he's not even like tweeting right now. It's like the spirit of Zerka and Fuentes are like in his Twitter. He just looks to whatever he perceives the strong man in the room to be, and then he just copies that person verbatim.
I was surprised he was bothered by the impressionable comment or the little magazine because he himself said he was very impressionable. I remember that clip like very distinctly. He said like, I feel like I'm very impressionable. Everybody tries to change my mind. So I don't know why he was so bothered when you did it specifically. You don't remember that clip?
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to think of why was he bothered when I think I can do anything. He'll be bothered by it at this point, but you know, he's just sneaking. That's what he is, you know. Sneako the sneaker.
So what makes you done with it this time over any other time?
I think when people get omega unhinged about my personal life, it's a little bit annoying. And then like I don't think there's much deeper to go than like kid stuff and wife stuff.
Destiny, you abandoned your child to go play StarCraft in Miami. You left your kid back in Nebraska. Nebraska Steve left his kid, and you talk about how red pillars are misogynist and have bad relationships. Where's your kid right now? Like, no, real talk. Like, I'm tired of you saying, like, oh, the smugness of being of thinking that you're morally better than us, that we can't have a good relationship, but you're the one who's actually made a woman a single mom. You are the only one who's made a girl a single mom. Get the out of here, bro. Talking about smug? That's smug to feel like you're better than anybody. Where's your kid? Nebraska rat, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting upset.
Nebraska, you called this kid a rat?
Bro, he's there saying like we're smug and all this stuff and saying.
So hold on, if someone says, "Hey, you're smug," you immediately call their child a rat.
No. He's a rat for leaving his kid, man. Someone needs to play catch with this on chat. Type a 1 if you want an IRL stream where we're playing catch with Nebraska's son.
Just how f***ed his life is, but he like morally judges and pontificates to every other person. This is really annoying. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that somebody sent me. Somebody said that manifesto that Xena wrote. That shit was funny. I don't know why I started laughing. It's both sad and funny. If it were real.
Yeah, I feel a little bad for Xena. Obviously, she's got manipulated her mind. But
isn't that the girl who hates the Jews?
I mean, she like 80% of what she says online is like trolling. But I honestly I don't know. It's hard to say. She might. I don't know. I truly don't know.
All right. So what's going to be the next arc now with the Sneako stuff? I don't feel like the Sneako stuff's done. I feel like they're never going to let that stuff die down that easily.
Who's not going to let what die down?
The whole group. I mean, at the end of the day, they need somebody for their punching bag or what somebody.
You mean like them punching Sneako or punching me?
I mean, I think the whole group of them, aren't they always constantly talking crazy about you?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think it's just because we've been debating so much. Like, yeah, who knows what, I don't know, that whole, they're just like too off the It's like too unhinged. It's just the whole like the pivot into like the hating women and all that is fine. Like, okay, that's base. But like the pivot into like now the crazy JQ into all the conspiracy theory shit. It's just like, it's so tiring.
I can see that. I can literally hear in your voice. I've never heard you sound like this.
Yeah, and I can only handle like fucking Sneako with like, or Zerka, like that he's like looking up to with puppy dog eyes, like copying on, hanging off everywhere. Like I can only see it like so many times where I'm like, it's actually just like, I'm pretty sure I told like Sneako like 8 times, like shut the f up, like during that podcast, because every single interjection he had was just like, he's like a dumber left-wing version of Hassan, basically, where it's like, he's about to just like print out some statement about the Matrix, and it's going to be the most predictable, least intellectually compelling thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I can't even compare him to Hassan. At least Hassan, like, there's some logical through line with a lot of the stuff that he's saying. I just listen to Sneako, and it just sounds like the same propaganda every day. I feel like it's almost insulting to Hassan to say that.
Well, that's why, to be fair, I said a dumber version.
Significantly dumber, but yes, okay.
Significantly dumber, yeah, that is true. He is significantly.
So, do you take back the whole thing about Sneako being an intelligent person, or do you still feel like?
No, I mean, I think he legitimately does have like a high degree of intelligence, but I think people can get captured by cult stuff, like hardcore.
Okay.
I think it's important to understand that intelligent people can get captured by cult shit, because whether or not you get captured by cult shit, I don't think it has much to do with your intelligence. I think it has more to do with what you're missing in life. And I think that's really important for people to realize, because sometimes you can be a smart person and think you're above getting fucked by certain systems, but you absolutely are not. It's going to come down to like the things that you have and the things you're missing.
So what do you think he's missing exactly? Because you said, I heard a lot of stuff about him wanting to emulate a lot of masculine men or whatever it is. But what do you think he's missing exactly?
Damn, what is Sneako missing? Honest to God, I don't. It sounds silly to say, but I don't really know him personally that well. Like, we've hung out a few times, but I'm not like, I wouldn't consider us like ever like friends. Like, we weren't like having like deep talks about our past or whatever. For some reason, some things that I can tell is that like he's like very ideologically lost. Oh, actually, you know what did happen? I think, it was probably a combination of things. One was him blowing up, that he got really popular really fast, and then 2 was him not knowing what to do with it, and then the next part was him going too crazy, right, with the rape jokes and crazy shit like that. And then him getting banned, I think, sent him down a certain path that he wasn't like mentally mature enough to recover from. And I think it's just been kind of like that on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. But yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't have a community. Maybe he didn't have good like people to look up to in his life. Or maybe he had a really hard time gathering important things from people. Maybe he only ripped like the dumber things, right? Like the Patrice O'Neal like swinger party thing, and then the Fresh and Fit like kind of like the surface red pill shit, and then the Zerka whatever the this is, and now the Fuentes like Nazi shit. Like, it feels like if you dig away through everything, I don't know how much of Sneako actually exists. Like, what is Sneako? Like, what is to the core of his character? Like, is there anything in there that he's ever spent time considering before? It feels like when he was younger, it feels like there was, but I guess I don't understand 100% how he was so quick to let all of it go, and he just become like a notepad for everybody else to scribble on. But I'm
because
not sure.
Sneako never left the swinger party. Now he's just getting by every other political ideology, and they're all just taking turns.
True. But also, I don't even think that was it. I feel like if Sneako had never done that swinger thing, I think he would be at about the exact same spot in life. I don't think that. I know that like people attack him a little bit, but I don't think that was it. I wonder if, and I don't know and I can't know, but I wonder if in the background, if stuff with his family was affecting him a lot. I'm not sure. Like, Sneako privately is a very interesting person. So like, for instance, the types of girls that Sneako is most attracted to are actually almost identical to the types of girls that I'm attracted to, but his ideology hates them, right? Like, I'm attracted to intelligent, like kind of bitchy, like high self-esteem, like these types of girls are the ones that I'm attracted to. When you look at who he was dating, like privately, like the, I don't know how much is publicly now, but like the last girl that he did the swinger party with, she fit the bill on that perfectly. Xena is like a very aggressive, she's a little sympathetic, but she's like a very aggressive, very opinionated girl. But like, even though privately he tends towards that, publicly he's got so much pressure to find like bimbo 18-year-old virgin dipshits. And so like, so he's got this weird like private public persona that is like completely and totally opposite from each other. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't know what happened. I wonder if it's family stuff or what, but I don't know him personally enough to dig into his personal life to figure out like what went wrong.
Yeah. I think what you said in regards to, I don't know, there was something that stuck out to me. Maybe this was just a very bizarre thing. It almost makes the person stop to seem like a real person to me a little bit. But when he was talking about or when she was talking about the fact that he was hiding the fact that he was dating her for his image, and he was telling her like he couldn't be seen with her in public. To me, I don't know why, but it just made him seem super phony.
Yep.
Because of how openly he was preaching to everybody about living his truth and being this and this and that. The fact that he had a girlfriend that he was hiding because he knew it was bad for his image tells me that he knows he's a fraud deep down inside.
Not girlfriend, girlfriends. Because I'm pretty sure he was private with the Maria shit for a lot longer than people realized, and he was private with the Xena shit. I don't know how many others he's hidden. I mean, I could start asking around to find out. But I mean, I know he's hidden like his sexual escapades. But that is pretty. It's pretty sad. Yeah.
No, I just think if you're going to be that person who's going to be that hyper judgmental about everyone and how they run their shit, it's just so fascinating that you out here just lying about your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That you lying about your mate. You're telling everybody, don't wife up these Instagram whores, this and that, da, 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 da. But you are privately telling these Instagram whores that you are,
you love them and
that you love them and that they're your girlfriends. But publicly you lie. It's just like, and you claim you're about your self improvement, this and that. But it just sounds like you're doing PR. That's what it really sounds like when you really do it.
Yeah. I don't even think that
because the person I remember was very open about his insecurities. Very open about his imperfection, his want for clout, and and it was very human, which I think is beautiful in a way. But now it just seems like he's more about maintaining his image and still lying about the fact that he has those insecurities rather than just admitting to it. Like the human part about Sneako, which I think most people is what they grew to like, I think is kind of slipping away for this image of the masculine man he wants to portray.
Or has slipped away for a while. If you watch him on shows, I don't know if you notice this, he even tries like not to laugh. Like he tries so hard to sit there and look like stoic and holding frame. Like that's how much of a persona that he like tries.
It's hard to laugh when you're doing the diamond Andrew Tate pose.
Yeah.
You got to maintain frame the whole time, be super serious. The fact that he adopted the guy's hands is so cringe to me. There's an element of like follower that he exemplifies so hard whilst trying to be a leader at the same time. I think there's a part of him that wants to lead and like be seen as one, and then all of his actions just make him come off as a bit corny.
Yeah,
when I see him there holding his hands like a diamond and being like, is this changing your whole body frame because you hung out with Andrew Tate once? It's making that.
Yeah, and I don't even I don't necessarily fault like the exploration, like he's a kid. But it's just like trying to do that exploration while also so confidently and smugly passing judgment on every other person and telling everybody else how horrible they are and how righteous you are and blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, come on. Like you can't like explore, figure your shit out. That's fine. But like, this is a religion you've been a part of for like 3 months. How are you about to tell other people that you've discovered like absolute truth and then pass judgment on everybody else's degenerate lifestyle? Like, no, and he always does this too. And it also goes into like the picking the religion. He's like, pick the religion. And now he's like he's trying to use it as a shield. Like constantly, oh, people are attacking me because I'm Muslim. Like, no, they're not, bro. They're attacking because you're a corny hypocrite. Like no one gives a that you're Muslim at all. Literally nobody cares. I have never in my life seen somebody be like, oh, Sneako's so shitty because he's Muslim. What they're saying is you're shitty because you say you're Muslim, but you don't know any of the core tenets of Islam. You probably have never read a Quran in your life except for what you've seen like in a YouTube video. And then you obviously every single part of your life is contrary to the purported values that you claim to like cherish so much now. And it's only when you can like do it for clout, right? Like if he can have 2 girls on him on stream, he'll do it because he knows that clouts him up, even if it's like haram, or asking people for drugs to do work, or having threesomes with girls because he likes the sexual promiscuity, like all that. It's just cringe. I don't know.
Please connect with Colin Noir. Would be a very interesting two-way convo.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what.
How do you feel about? In the same vein, I don't want to stay on this topic too long, but how did you feel about Jordan Peterson? A lot of these conservative people seeing that Tate video go viral and then disavowing the pimp himself, calling him one of the lowest forms of a human being.
Opinions on Andrew Tate and the masculine movement happening in young men across the globe.
Well, I really haven't said anything about Andrew Tate, and I probably won't tonight. But I'll make a few comments about the Andrew Tate phenomenon. I would say is that the mystery is, there is a mystery in relationship to Andrew Tate, and the mystery is, why is he so popular? And I think part of the reason he's so popular is because he doesn't easily bend a knee, so to speak, and it isn't obvious to me that he doesn't bend a knee because of his stellar moral character, but because I'm not particularly, what would you say, impressed by what he's done on the sex business front. It seems to me a bit on the pimpy side, let's say. And I'm not a great admirer of pimps. So, wait, even if they're the electronic version.
I mean, it's to be expected, right? Like a conservative is never going to be a big fan of like the Tate stuff. So you've seen that break happening slowly over the past like 6 months, right? Yeah.
Good thing. Seems like the tides are turning on this whole red pill nonsense. It's slowly fading out and petering out more and more and more.
Yeah.
Or do you feel like that? Do you feel like that's overstated, or did you feel like
I mean, I think the huge blow up was definitely with I think the huge blow up was definitely with the Tates, and then I mean now they fully disavowed it. And since they fully disavowed it, I mean the only people you've got left now are like Fresh and Fit, but for some reason Fresh and Fit are going on like a whole like JQ arc where they're just like obsessed with like Jewish conspiracies and shit. So, aside from them, like who else is, Pearl?
Yeah, I think they probably are just getting bored of their own content too. They just don't want to keep talking to whores every day, even though that's their moneymaker. At some point, that shit gotta get boring. No?
Yeah, I mean, you'd imagine like how many. Yeah, I think even you can even see it with Myron, and I see it in the subreddit too, where it's like people are like, yeah, okay, well, here's another show we just shit on girls for 4 hours,
Yeah, it's like at some point you just gotta pivot. That's why you can't be, you can't be doing that shit forever. So I think I understand why they would want to change that up a little bit. So good for them.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is probably the thing you want to switch to, but I understand the switch.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, but I don't know. It's all boring. We'll see. I just desperately need this next political season to roll around.
For what? Was in the presidential elections coming up soon, or a year from now?
Like a year, yeah.
Well, at least until then, you'll have some debates. But hey, man, I'm gonna let you go. I don't want to stay on this topic too long because I'm also pretty exhausted by it. But I just had to come on for the honorary bridge burn, and hopefully this doesn't escalate further. But I have a feeling it will.
Well, what can I mean? I don't think I can escalate anymore now. All of his shit is.
Oh, it could escalate. It could escalate. I heard some of the stuff they said on stream, but they could definitely go farther with some of the stuff they want to say.
I mean, the only thing, like, how many different ways can you talk about me abandoning my child and being a cuck? Like, I mean, there's only so many more times you could reiterate the same points. And, like, I've heard these attacks for 5 years. Like, I don't know. Yeah, whereas these guys legitimately have so many skeletons in their closet. That's why I never understand why these people like to go to war. Like, why would you go to war with somebody like Xena who could just, like, roast your shit so much? It's so stupid. But
yeah, but I honestly don't think that Xena's thing is that big of a deal because she doesn't have a platform, so nobody cares.
I mean, it's spreading on Twitter right now, right? It's big on their subreddit. Like, I think people are going to give Sneako shit over it. Like, I'm seeing like the Your Rage guy is like tweeting about it now too. So, but who knows how far it'll carry? We'll see.
Well, maybe it'll go further than I expected. Maybe I didn't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we'll keep in touch, brother.
All right, I love you. Be careful, bud.
All right.
I wanted to get your opinion on Sneako a little bit. So I don't know if you saw the video where Sneako attended the Nazi rally with Fuentes.
What about it?
Right. So have you seen the clip where Fuentes says we gotta kill all the Jews on the planet?
I don't think he says that, but I've heard Holy War and shit reference. Yeah.
Sneako comes up on stage right after Fuentes and then says Fuentes is going to be the future president of the United States. Like, after hearing that speech.
Yeah.
So, you've talked to Sneako a little bit more than I have. Do you think the guy is like an actual Nazi like Fuentes, or do you think he's just like an attention whore?
Well, I think he's just lost in life. And he'll
like, I mean, it's I've known one person who actually got caught up in a white supremacist gang, and the reason he got caught up in that was just because he was really lonely, had no friends, and then those people were welcoming him in. Like, it's just weird to me listening to a guy say we need to wipe out all the Jews on the planet, and then your excuse for being friends with that person is, well, he's kind of lost in life. Like, I mean, Sneako has a huge YouTube channel. I'm sure he has like a big friend group. He seems like a pretty outgoing person.
Does any of
like,
that
it just
preclude
seems...
you from being lost in life?
Well, there's a difference between being lost in life and wanting to literally Holocaust all the Jews.
Okay. I don't think so, but I think there can be people that are lost in life that buy into that idea of Holocausting all the Jews, but...
But I mean, again, like, usually the people that you see... Who's that activist guy who befriends KKK members?
Daryl Davis.
Yeah. Like, he shared stories of people who got sucked into the KKK. Like, they're people who are kind of losers, don't have big friend groups. There are people who are kind of disenfranchised, who are, financially kind of and then, like, again, these KKK groups kind of sucker them in, like, tell them who the enemy is. Like, Sneako doesn't really fit any of these people. Even, like, after he got kicked off of YouTube, I mean, the guy had such a big following, he could go on pretty much anywhere, like Rumble or whatever, still make really good money.
It's not always just about money to people, right?
Yeah, I know. But, again, a dude who seems to have a pretty big friend group.
Why do you think he has a big friend group?
Well, look, he's able to kind of get along with more people than I'm able to get along with. Like, he's invited on the Bradley...
Yeah, he gets onto shows and shit, but are these just friends, or are these just, like, people, like, making money
yeah,
off his name?
Okay, so you'd know more about this than me. Like, does he only have, like, 1 or 2 friends or something? Is he that kind of guy?
All of his friends are, like, clout sharks. They're just people that are trying to use him, basically. He probably has, like, 1 or 2 close friends, I'm gonna guess.
Okay. But, if that's an issue for him, like, why Fuentes?
I mean, Fuentes is attractive. It gives him the anti-establishment view that he wants. It's an explanation for why he got banned off all the platforms. Like, I think that anti-establishment narrative is just really attractive to a lot of people.
And, I mean, still, it's hard to wrap my mind around him watching a guy say we need to exterminate all the Jews, and then be like, this guy needs to be president. Like,
I mean, wasn't he literally supporting Kanye West, who was saying shit like "I love Hitler," who also wanted to be president? So is it really that wild? It seems like it's actually right in line with the rest of his behavior.
I know, but it's kind of crazy. Like, it was crazy then, and like this is even crazier. I know he was coping for the Kanye shit, saying like, oh, Kanye doesn't know how to communicate some of his feelings. He's just like, he just has this like very loving attitude. But I mean, like, again, literally watching a guy say, let's exterminate all the Jews, and then he goes on stage saying, this guy has to be president.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with
you. Have you talked to him since he did that, like, literal Nazi rally?
You mean since yesterday?
Oh yeah, it is I guess.
Nope, we're mortal enemies now, so.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh yeah, I heard he was talking shit about you raising your kid and whatever.
Yeah, my wife and all that. Good times. But we had our big moment today on Twitter, so I'm pretty sure we're mortal enemies.